The old Victorian house creaked, wind howled, sending shivers down the spine of anyone who dared to listen. 9-year-old Emily clutched her teddy bear, eyes wide with terror. She could feel the darkness closing in around her, suffocating and cold. Babysitter Amy, her smile sweet and unsettling, had vanished without a trace, leaving Emily and her family in complete horror to find out Annie wasn't Amy at all but criminally insane. Betsy Broughton, wanted for the cannibalistic murders of her husband, children, and elderly parents that had been said to have been fed to the entire neighborhood as home-cooked dinners she would pass out to the totally clueless neighborhood. Just moments ago, she had seemed so kind, her voice soothing as she told Emily fairy tales. The warmth of her presence now felt like a distant memory. Now, shadows danced in the flickering candlelight, whispering tales of their own. Emily's heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing in the stillness. The police questioned Emily's parents as well as herself, and took all needed info as they left in hopes of finding now once again fleeing Betsy. Where was Betsy or Amy, or whoever she was? Was she on her way to insidiously intrude on another family, or will she try to come back after us? Emily's mind raced with questions, each one more terrifying than the last. The power outage plunged the house into darkness. Each creak of the floorboards, each rustle of leaves outside the window, amplifying Emily and her parents' fear. Her parents told her to try and get some sleep as they were going to do the same, leaving her alone in her bedroom. A cold draft snaked through the room, carrying a faint, sickly sweet smell. It was a scent that made Emily's stomach churn. It reminded Emily of the perfume Amy had on that day. The smell seemed to fill the entire bedroom. Emily wanted to scream for her parents, but fear wouldn't let her muscle up the sound. Emily, clutching her teddy bear like a lifeline, forced herself to move. Her heart pounded in her chest, each beat echoing in her ears. "Mommy!" She called out slowly in the darkness looming over the bedroom. She had to get to her parents. The thought of that woman being anywhere was unbearable. The hallway, lit only by a sliver of moonlight, stretched before her like a gaping maw. It seemed endless, a tunnel of shadows and fear. "Mommy!" Emily yelled out as she quickly walked down the hallway trying to get to her parents' bedroom. Shadows twisted and turned, taking on monstrous shapes. They seemed to reach out, trying to grab her. A soft clinking sound, like metal on metal, sent shivers down her spine. It was a sound she had never heard before, and it filled her with dread. And then, out of nowhere, Betsy's face slowly comes out of the darkness of a corner in the hallway. "Hello, Emily, shouldn't you be in bed?" Betsy says in a creepy, sinister tone as she rushes at Emily. Fear threatened to paralyze her, but Emily remembered her mother's words. "Be brave, my love." Those words were her anchor, her guiding light. Bravery is its own light. It shines brightest in the darkest moments. She rushed in her parents' bedroom. "Mommy, Mommy, it's her, she's in our house!" Emily shouted, crying frantically. Emily's dad immediately jumped out of bed in complete alert mode. He went into the closet and grabbed a baseball bat and proceeded down the hallways, as Emily and her mom followed slowly but closely behind. The clinking sound grew louder, punctuated by soft whispers and giggles. Emily's blood ran cold. The whispers seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere. It was Amy's voice, but it sounded different, distorted, laced with something sinister. It was a voice she barely recognized, filled with malice. The attic door creaked open, revealing a space choked with dust and cobwebs. The air was thick and musty, making it hard to breathe. Moonlight filtered through a grimy window, illuminating strange shapes hidden beneath dusty sheets. The furniture, long forgotten, seemed to whisper secrets of the past. Emily's heart hammered against her ribs. The whispers and giggles were louder now, closer. She strained her ears, trying to make out the words, but they were just out of reach. Her dad continued to look around, hoping he could find someone, but at the same time, hoping no one is there. A chill wind blew through the attic, stirring the dust and cobwebs into a macabre dance. The temperature seemed to drop, sending shivers down their spines. Emily felt a presence behind her, cold and menacing. She whirled around to find nothing but shadows. The darkness seemed to close in, making her feel trapped. Panic welled up inside her, threatening to consume her. She had to get out of there. Her breaths came in short gasps as she softly said, "Daddy, let's just go. I want to get out of here," as she tugged at his arm, trying to lead him to the attic door. Turning back to assure her mom was following, a loud crash could be heard coming from downstairs. It sounded like dishes, pots and pans being thrown and broken up. Emily and her parents cautiously approached the stairs and went down to the kitchen. The curtains appeared to have someone or something standing behind them. Emily's mom's hand trembled as she reached out to pull it back. She pulled back the curtains only to find her dress mannequin standing there. And then out from the kitchen closet comes Betsy with a huge kitchen knife, swinging it violently at Emily. Heart-pounding, Emily's dad swung the bat, knocking the knife out of Betsy's hand. And then he hit Betsy, knocking her to the ground as she slowly passed out from the blow. The police were called, and they came and took Betsy away. Betsy was taken once again to the Happy Mind Asylum for the criminally insane, where she was put on max security surveillance. Emily and her parents tried to get back to a normal life, putting all thoughts of Amy or Betsy, or let's just call her crazy as fuck, in the very back of their minds. But the chilling feeling of her sinister presence still loomed over them. And although Amy Betsy Crazy is seemingly to be long gone, thoughts of her and her vile intent will never be forgotten. The staff at Happy Mind watched Betsy around the clock. Betsy sat in her room rocking back and forth staring at the door, as the max security staff watched through the small window. As darkness closed in, Betsy walked over to the door and mouthed to the staff, "Don't take your eye off of me. Now you see me." "Now you don't," she mouthed with an evil grin on her face. After a while, Betsy's treatment seemed to help her. She graduated from her courses, became very helpful to the staff, and she was allowed out of her room to work. She was hired to work in the kitchen as their new kitchen cook. The fellow residents say her meals are to die for. Well, maybe someone did. Thank you all for stopping by to watch the conclusion to this very unsettling and messed up tale from Father Lokk's Horror House's 7-Minute Mayhem horror series. Welcome to the family, all new subscribers. It's such an honor to call you a Lokk. Please subscribe and hit your notification bell if you haven't already. Be safe out there. And in the words of Father Lokk, always remember and always know that he love y'all. Well, it's time for me to head out for work. I got hired somewhere as the new kitchen cook. I hope you all enjoy dinner. They say it's to die for. Oh, by the way, my name is, well, let's just call me Amy. Bye, everybody.